New week, a new episode uploaded, a new episode to start recording, and I've been busy. I've been extremely busy actually. I skipped a whole week of recording and uploading just to get the server up to date. I've gotten all the data packs up to the most current 26.2. We've gotten some server stuff and spawn kind of reorganized and cleaned up. We haven't started working on this lighthouse anymore. I am going to be doing that one. I was waiting to do a video with that, but I have done a couple other things. I made a bee, which is a honeycomb farm that's just automated and always going. It's also linked up to drop the honeycomb. We'll get a free cam look at this. The bee queen is made a pact with our people here in the Mushroom Kingdom to provide us with honeycomb. And what she does is she has the hive inside of her. She is the essence of the hive, and she is dispersing it down into our storage collector here, which is hooked up to where we get our gold from the gold farm, all the way over here to this line, which goes to our storage room, to the sorting system over there. So we should be getting all the honeycomb that produces relatively automatically. We also got another project started over there in preparation for the next update for cushions and wool slabs and stairs. I'm super excited for those. So I've got another project that I just had to get started, regardless of whether or not I wanted to or not. And I just figured it was kind of a tedious project. I didn't even think about recording it. I just started doing it. I do, however, I need to get more wheat to make more mud bricks, so we'll be doing a lot of wheat farming off camera, because I've used every last piece of wheat I got in the storages anywhere, and everywhere that I could find. So yeah, but we have all 16 colors of sheep. I do have 2 extra spaces. For whatever reason, my brain made this just an equal 6 bay road system. I just wanted it to be even. I guess, I don't know. I did it without even thinking about it. Even though I know there's only 16 colors and not 18, but I made 2 extra pods, which is actually kind of okay. I get to use those for like green and maybe some light blue or some cyan, because I know that's going to be some color of wools that I intend to use quite a bit around here. And all 16 of these guys are actually for some future projects. I intend to use a lot of the wool colors to do the maps that I intend to start doing in the end dimension, which I gotta start setting up here soon, which I guess, as I'm getting a stockpile of wool automatically filtering in, which, yes, we'll jump into free cam. As you can see, all of these guys actually all collect and filter in to right here, which also goes into, once again, the storage system and the storage room down there. So every automated farm that we've done is all being organized away to be sorted and be ready for us to use whenever we're ready for it. So far, let's see what I've gotten color-wise. We have, I think, a pretty decent amount of stuff saved up. I don't some extra colors that seep through, along with some gold that seep through. So, oh yeah, that would be why it seeped through. So we have like full stock, plenty and plenty of full stock. We're just gonna put some of this white away here, and we're gonna start making shulkers for all kinds of colors. I do believe it's going to be a whole time to be alive. It's going to be great. I believe I'll have plenty of map material, plenty of cushion and stair and slab material to decorate and build with, and I will also hopefully have the ability to even sell shulkers worth of wool for other people to enjoy their stairs, slabs, and cushions. And who knows, once I set up the map platform, we are going to go ahead and make it like a public space. I'll make it the platform out in the end to work on, so we can get some clear maps, and then anybody has any map projects they want to do, who knows? They can take it over and do some maps. I wouldn't be mad about it. We might make several platforms. Who knows? Just designate a whole like big section to the big area of the inn just to map making. Make it a whole area. Make it a whole city of maps. I don't know. We'll come back to that. I know this week though I do want to other than just doing my wool farming, I want to get some wheat to continue the building. The factory does need some smokestacks. I started the one and it's going to come up, and I need enough bricks to start a second one, I think, or maybe, I don't know, we might flatten it out and just leave it with the one smokestack either way, and leave a couple air conditioner units up there, something or another. I don't know. I'm happy with how it's coming out so far. We got the rainbow Jeb sheep up front as a sign for the factory, just kind of showing off what's in there. I wanted this building to kind of look industrial, and I think the bricks, I might change up the smokestack to have some other materials. I'm thinking some granite. I'm not really sure. We'll come to that. I'm going to collect some more wheat for that. I'm going to try to get everything into a shulker box or two that I need to start in on this, because I really want to get this lighthouse finished up. I'm going to have to remove that mushroom, and we're also going to have to dig down the sides, which I started to do there. So I'm going to finish that up. Once the circle is completely dug down, that should give us the space we need to build like a spiral staircase down somewhere, or a ladder drop down. I want to be able to get to the trial chamber that's down there, and the lush caves and all that, and the entrance to the rest of the under caves of the island. And then I want to be able to build my lighthouse. We're going to be coming up with some cool stuff, hopefully, to take place with it. Until then, I will see you guys in just a little bit. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, we've done everything other than what we were intending to do. However, we do have plenty of wool. You can see all the shulkers behind me of all the colored wool I've been organizing as we get it into boxes based on the color. We are getting plenty, absolute plenty. I have not worked on the lighthouse. It's actually, I don't know why that door's still open. It's actually been a few days, and me and Baked Goods have gone on some adventures. I have, however, gotten distracted and done the brown mushroom tree here in the front, as well as kind of set it up a netherwort mushroom tree. I'm really liking this one. This one might be my favorite. We're going to do a warped wort mushroom tree over here on this side to kind of balance this one and be symmetrical with it. However, we haven't even really been working around here this week in the slightest. Me and Baked Goods went out on an adventure, went all kinds of places. We will actually, we need to go back to spawn. I need to do a couple more of them. Stop. Let's just, did I grab all my things? I did grab all my things. And we'll go back to spawn to start this adventure. That's where we all started the other ones. But as you can see, I've actually gotten so many different flower farms. It's kind of ridiculous. We got, that one might be my favorite. All kinds of them all over the map. I've gone to all these different biomes. And what we're looking for right now is blue orchids. I have Lily of the Valleys that I need to do, which is probably going to be the most complicated and annoying one to do. And blue orchids. Blue orchids are in swamps, so I need to find a swamp somewhere. That's one of the towers, the pillager tower. I got cornflowers and such. I believe the, remember where I put it. It was like a blurret farm over here somewhere that I set up, and there's a cornflower farm over here somewhere yonder. They're semi-close to spawn. The rest of them are pretty far out. I need to find a swamp. So we're going to be flying around for a little bit. I figure this will give you guys a good look about some of the areas on the map. And I'm trying to keep it within 15,000 blocks, because I know come fall we're going to be given a new biome, and I'd like to travel out and adventure to set new biome for some new projects there once it's released, because A, I'm going to want the saplings for that, for the tree farm at Spawn Town, but B, there's a lush cave there. I'm also going to want a pillager tower. I do not want a pillager tower. I'm going to want that wood, and I'm going to want the leaves and all that as well. And I think a new scenery, a new biome area, just to have work in and build some new stuff and some different themes would be rather fun, especially with the autumn forest kind of vibe going on. This is a lot of ice and snow. This is the only problem that we have gone flying so many places, all over, really. Kind of just generating the world, which is fine. I'm not looting anything, so that's left for everybody else to figure it out. Whenever they join, I am gonna need more rockets. Okay. Get some more dam and throw that back in there. I have everything needed. Actually I don't. I need dirt. I need some bone meal. So I guess it's okay. I'm not finding anything in the snow biome. We'll just leave, we'll leave out from here. I'm gonna take some extra stacks of dirt, but I'm hoping I can just finish this with the grass blocks I have. I need grass. We need to stockpile grass, hardcore. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of time back at the mob farm to collect more bones because, yeah, we're running very low. So we're gonna leave from here. I think everything. I know I have all the redstone bits that I need. I've just restocked my box from the last 7 or 8 of these flower farms that we set up. Okay. So let's just go east. Let's see what's east. I haven't really explored east yet around here, so this little ocean monument right there. That's terrifying. Let's get out of here. That's really cool. That's really close to home. We can set up a guardian farm, maybe really like just right in our backyard. I can corner the market on Prismarine all the time. It'll just constantly be really close to refill my XP and all my gear. It'll be great. Actually, I'm really curious how many like spawners and dungeons and such are below the island, because I should get a lot of fun stuff I can do with those. I am excited to turn the trial chamber into some sort of XP farm too. That's going to be extra fun. I actually think that's going to be probably one of the most interesting things, is just remodeling the trial chamber. It's something I've thought about, but I haven't done yet. So to try it out and actually accomplish it and see it get done would be kind of a cool experience. I've lived in a lot of different points of interest around the map that the structures that they add to the game, just they make really good bases normally, so I've turned a lot of them into bases throughout my play series and save files throughout the worlds, but I've never done the trial chamber. It would probably make one of the best ones, most likely. I normally always am fine in swamps when I just least want them. Ruined nether portal. That's cool though. Let's try to go this way. That mountain structure, that cave's cool. There is all kinds of cool stuff throughout this map, that's for sure. I think a ravine base would be kind of nice. In a couple of these ravines, they got some extra wide ones. A little desert in the middle of the forest. Is that what's going on here? A little beach forest. Ooh, hey, look at that. Swamp. Now, we're looking for blue orchids, and it does look like this is the money ticket right here. Look at that. And I get lily pads. Okay, so we're gonna flatten out the area, make it all dry land, where I can work with redstone bits, because the water will wash away our redstone bits. I'm not trying to have that happen. And we'll just take this. I know I'm mining at the pickaxe, but it's silk touch, and I at least get a few more grass blocks for this. I want to make the platform that shifts, if I can, entirely out of grass, just right out the gate, so there's no muss, no fuss. I don't know. I've never done it with just dirt. I've always done it with grass blocks, so I don't know if you can bone meal dirt also and get flowers, honestly. I guess there's always a learning experience moment where you have to try it and find out. I don't want that to be today, though. And perfect. Now, what should happen is we're gonna find out right now. Cannot. So if I do it like there, though, you can't do dirt. It'd have to be grass. That's fine. Okay. Well, in case you don't know how to make a very simplistic, straightforward flower farm, it's just kind of rudimentary. I don't make them look pretty. I don't make them look fancy by any means. But we are going to take one dispenser and plop it straight up like so. And I'm going to grab a little bit of redstone dust, some redstone repeaters. I need a few pistons. We'll grab a lever. Just need one of those. And 2 observers. And that should be like everything you need right there. For this, I am also going to sleep, because it's getting dark and scary in these swamps. There might be some witches about. We don't know. I would actually be pretty cool if there's a witch farm kind of close possible to this, like a witch hut. I don't see one, but we'll leave that there just in case for now. So we have our spot. We're gonna take this and we're gonna dig 1 block, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 1 block. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You want to place your lever just in a second. We're gonna do observer, observer. I need 1 sticky piston. Just 1. And from there, we're gonna... Yep, okay. And then... place it that way, and then your lever can go right here. It will turn on the system and turn off the system. Dust, dust, and then a repeater on each side. And then we want to take our grass, and we're going to make, I like to just make it really simple and make a 5x5 platform, because it's not too big and it's not too small, and they're just kind of compact that way. You can make them pretty much any size. My Firefly farm is actually just like a 3 wide platform. That's a 3 wide, one thick platform, 3x1. I don't know what the measurement details are. But now you want one of these to be 1 space away from the platform on one side, and then on this side it can just be really right up next to it, hugging it directly. So we're going to do 5 on each side like so, and then repeater all the way down. That does not need to be ticked. And then repeater all the way down, and then redstone dust. more redstone dust to connect it all up. And this should be their flower farm. That's all there really is to it. You just fill this with your bone meal, and now, as you flip the switch, it should just produce all the blue orchids we could want. And I'm gonna let this do its thing until I have no more bone meal left. And just like that, we have 6.5 stacks of blue orchids, which I think is actually fantastic. I actually really like the blue orchids. So I'm going to set a waypoint to this spot here, put it in the Discord for everybody else to see. All the flower farms I'm making are publicly usable to whoever wants to come out to these farms and use them. All I gotta tell you is you're gonna have to bring your own bone meal. So stop by the mob farm, I guess, first and pick up some bones, because I'm not leaving any bone meal in the dispensers. I'm just bringing it with me as I do these. I think I forgot a blue orchid, but yeah, this is gonna be one of the new little things. I have Lily of the Valleys to do next, which I gotta find a good spot to make them, and then I can put together that farm. It's a little bit tedious to figure out the sweet spot for growing them, but we'll figure that out and we'll get those. And then we should have all the flower farms and the possible flower farms figured out. I do got to create some fields for torch flowers and pitcher pods, but I think we'll work on that at a future day. That'll be a future us problem. We here have been ever so busy and ever so not so busy. We've gotten some trees up, some nether mushroom trees, and some other designs. Baked Goods got on and made some trees and decorated some of the trees up with some foliage around the place. It's looking rather nice. We got a few graves in the back there to mark. I actually have 5 deaths on the server. Um, so I have 5 graves to mark each of my deaths. Just kind of set up. Yeah. So far, that's all I got for a grave. We might make them fancier later on. I think Baked Goods has like 8, so we might put like 8 more over here and have like a little miniature graveyard. I wanted to put another tree kind of drooping that way. I can't cover this moss carpet here because that is actually our funnel system for the items from the gold farm to get into the storage room. The mushroom trees have been added to by Baked Goods. She's added a few of her own renditions, which we'll end up placing other places around the map here on the island as well. And we also set up a couple more farms. You got to see the Blue Orchid farm, but I set up off camera the Nether Mushroom farm, which is the same concept, just using the warped and crimson nyliums, and you bone meal those, and you get the nether mushrooms. So you get the warped mushrooms and the crimson fungus. And then over here, I have also set up an automatic little setup. All you have to do is shear the pale moss here, and we're probably gonna hide these in some bigger mushrooms. I want to be able to just come up to the stem of a big mushroom, I think, and just pale moss harvest or something. We might move it into like a building into the wall of something over there. For now, they're just set up here so we can get some materials, because the pale moss is, I think this one actually has some of it on there. The pale moss is a really good little foliage piece. I think this one has a little bit of everything that we can have hang, like the hanging roots, the weeping vines, and then the pale hanging moss also just goes really well together. Baked Goods actually threw together this tree here, and I'm a huge fan of those 3 things just hanging off the mushrooms and creating the foliage. We'll have to shear out some of them and keep them from growing. Like, I think this would be an appropriate height right there for just over the path, and then I just got an extra one. That's fantastic. So I might have to come. I think it's shears that you come along with. Either that, or I could put string underneath of it, and yeah, we'll keep it from growing that way. Either way, we're getting it slowly together. I do need to do the lighthouse, and I intend to do the lighthouse. Is the lighthouse not changing colors anymore? Oh boy. Hmm. Well, that's interesting. it was functioning so well. I wonder if I gotta restart the pulse real quick. I wonder if that'll, like, if I jump start it, if that'll help it. It does seem to be just needing... Okay, splendid. Oh, okay. Splendid. Absolutely brilliant. All color changing and such. Beautiful. Really, really is one of my more favorite things that I've done. I need to finish it. However, I don't think that's one of the next things I really want to focus on. I think we'll do some of that. I got to do a bit more mining for it to get it ready, and I got to get some block palette together for the walls going up because I have an idea, but at the same time I got to round that out. I do, however, think I've stumbled onto the greatest idea for our nether tunnel, which will take us back into the nether. So I do think next week I might be playing around in the nether hub quite a bit. Who knows? We're going to be working on our personal tunnel and the north tunnel and doing a bunch of netherrack collecting and nether brick smelting. I'm hoping to maybe get a bigger wheat farm also and maybe finish that up. We'll be doing that in our spare time. It's all coming together very, very slowly around here. I do have a little bit of like I don't necessarily play on here myself as much. I've been playing on other servers and my modded server and my single player saves a little bit more often than I play on here. It's just not as fun. There's not as much of a player base for this server as there used to be, and as much as I would want to have, there isn't really anybody interested in joining. I have Minecraft pages and all kinds of stuff set up, but we don't seem to have a lot of people interested in coming in and building stuff. And this area is a very large area for just me. Baked Goods got on and helped with some of the trees, but I think there's some of the buildings like that is lost upon her. She doesn't even know where to. I don't even know where to start to begin to describe what's in my head for that to her. So I don't know how she can help me per se. She has collected some resources, and that's been pretty helpful. And she's come in and added some decorations, which is great because the details after the fact are what I struggle at. So we might just get a bunch of things built up and structurally sound, and then come in to tour the details that she adds later on, like these mushroom trees. I'm probably going to be making the rest of the trees, and she's just going to be coming in with the foliage, adding in all the little details and decorations around the bit to make it lively and bring life to the garden itself, other than just the trees that I am making. As for this over here, that's just a lot of digging. I might incorporate her as well. I'm not too concerned with it quite yet. I have a plan, but I want to go through that trial chamber a bit more. I want to do a few other things, so it's just a dependent matter of how fast we get to all of it, which hopefully we get to it sooner rather than later. Either way, I'm enjoying it. We might try to get some more people in at some point. If you guys are interested in playing along, comment down below. I'll see about getting you in. Until next week, though, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little project, learning how to do some flower farms. I definitely enjoyed having a ton of redstone to do between that project there and setting up all these little flower farms everywhere. I've definitely had my hands full. But until next time, I hope you guys have fun. Be safe, watch out for bears, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.